Monday, August 19, 2024. Occult War for China. There was an occult war between the light and dark forces for the energy grid in California in 2018 and 2019, a war of both light and dark occult rituals, a war of espionage and counter-espionage. Main forces on the light side were the resistance movement, certain members of the Order of the Star and certain dragon groups from Chinatown in San Francisco. On the dark side, the main actors were Michael Aquino and Kenny Thanga. Also involved in that war were some key members of the Grand Lodge of California. Unfortunately, in mid-2019 the light forces lost the war and were forced to retreat, and since that time the energy grid in California is mostly deteriorating. All is not lost, because two powerful vortexes are still holding the light of California. Lake Shrine in Los Angeles. And of course Mount Shasta. Also, two key actors from the dark side in California have been already remanifested from their physical bodies. Now in 2024, during the Year of the Dragon, a similar war for the energy grid is taking place in mainland China. On the light side, the main forces are many dragon groups both on the surface and underground, and also Aldebarans and Andromedans. On the dark side, the main forces are the negative Tibetan network and another dark force that must not be directly named for security reasons. If the light forces win the war, China will go on a path of progress before the event, and gradual improvement of life conditions for the Chinese people and better international relations for China. If the light forces lose the war, China will go on a path of decay similar to California. The first critical period in which the war can be decided is within the next 3 to 4 weeks. The second critical period in which the war can be decided coincides with time of geopolitical crisis in November before Pluto goes into Aquarius. One key factor that can greatly influences the final outcome of this war is the Li family. Although there are many people with surname Li, there are just a few key members of the Li family both on the light and dark side. Some branches of the family are connected to the Illuminati. Some were emperors of China, especially during Tang Dynasty, where they were instrumental in the creation of the Blue Dragon Agartha. Some were forming dragon groups connected to Taoism, and have access to many occult secrets. Laozi, one of the legendary founders of Taoism, belonged to the Li family. Many famous immortals were also part of the Li bloodline. One of them is also the prophesied savior. Another one, Li Haoyang, is a fictional character. There was a famous Tang Dynasty poet, Li Bai. His beautiful poem, Dialogue in the Mountains, reveals his description of Agartha. Certain members of the Li family now have key positions in many Taoist temples and also within Chinese government. Alas, some of them were involved in scandals. To summarize, Li family has a of potential both for light and dark and may well be the deciding factor in this war. Victory of the light.